Janome.
Hey everyone, it's Janome Man, aka Michael Smith, and I'm here to show you this little video on how we can update our fabulous CM17 to the latest version, which is version 1.10. Now we can go to our janome.ca site, since we're here in Canada, and we can go to the products tab here. And let's scroll down. Oh, look at those beautiful blue bobbins. We can scroll down to machines. And then here in this search box, we can type in CM17. And there we go. Click on the picture. So this is how we can find any machine. But specifically here, Continental M17, we can scroll down. And then there we can see CM17 update to version 1.10. So we could find out about this update that way. Or in your browser, whatever browser you use, you can just type in Janome Global Site in your browser, and then up comes, boom, Janome Global Site. Now, this is the main site of our parent company in Tokyo, and we can scroll down and we see machine owners information and updates. There's software updates and the apps, Janome bulletins, accessories. We can find so much information here on the Janome Global Site. So under Machine Owners Information and Updates, we will see about the fabulous Continental M17 update to version 1.10. So when we scroll down here, we can see, and I highly recommend, depends how your brain works, but I highly recommend printing out these instructions when it's installation instructions. And we click on that. And here is a page that, again, we can print out. Now, you can leave this tab open on your computer if that's fine for you, and you can jump back and forth. To me, I find it's just easier to print it out. Now, if we go back to our main page and we see another tab of how to unpack a zip file, and then here is that page here. There's actually two pages. We can print those out as well. And then back on our main page, another tab of methods for formatting a USB flash drive. We click on that, and there's several pages here on how to format your USB flash drive. When you insert it in your computer, you're going to do that first before you upload or download the update to it. So, however you choose to access the update through Janome Canada website or Janome Global site, again, print out these instructions and how to unpack your zip file and the instructions about formatting your USB stick. Now, very important, then they say to check this box that you have read all the instructions. And then down here, it tells you a little bit about the update and what it's going to do. You don't have to do this update. There was a previous update here, version 1.01. There was a previous update. You don't have to do that one either. These aren't critical updates, but it is always recommended to keep your machine up to date as things change, technology changes, features change. It's always a good idea to keep your machine updated. So now that we've clicked everything, we can hit download. And then here, boom, look at how fast that's going. There is going to be the download. And I can open the file, or I can right click and I can show in folder of where it's going to appear. So I can see that, oh yes, it's going. Now I have Windows. Now we can also do this in Mac, but I can see that it's going into my downloads folder. So if we would like, we could move this onto our desktop, move it wherever we wish. I'm just going to leave it where it is. And then you may be able to see the icon that is a little zipper here. So that means it's a zipped file. It says compressed zipped over here. So we need to click on it, and then this is where we need to extract the files that are in this update folder. This is often one of the mistakes people make, that they take this zipped file and then they put it on their USB stick. Well, first we need to unzip it. So up here at the top, I have a icon that says extract all. So I double click, whoops, click on that, and then there it says this is where these files are going to go in my downloads folder. Again, we could select the browse button and select another place where we may want them. I'm going to keep them in my downloads folder, and then I'm going to hit extract. So then there we're going to see the file folder that's been unzipped, and we click on that, and now we have some PDF instructions, which will be how to download this update to the machine. So we can scroll over each one. They're in different languages. So we can scroll over which one it is, and I can see at the very end it says like System Update version 1.10 for Continental M17. Then it says EN. So that's English. So again, the first ones, it says DU, so I believe that's Dutch. So second one is English. We click on that. Now again, depending on how your brain works, you may be able to read all of this on your computer. Instead, again, I'm going to go up to my print icon, and I'm personally going to then select my printer, and I'm going to print all of this. It is 3 pages. I like printing back to back so that I'm not using as much paper. You know, print it all in black and white is fine. So you're not using all your color. But again, it's nice to print them out, because then these PDF instructions are what you're going to use to, again, upload that update into your machine. So down at the very bottom, you'll see update bin. So this is the actual update itself. But before I do anything with that update, I first need to take my USB stick and insert it into my computer to format. Now, we don't need a super huge capacity USB flash drive. I just have a 32 gigabyte, but most importantly, there's nothing on this USB stick that once you format the USB stick, it's going to erase everything on it. So personally, I just went right out and bought a brand new one, so that way I know it's fine for my update. So down here at the lower left of my screen, there is my USB flash drive, and I can right click on it and scroll through this menu, and it says format. So click on format. Now this is where, again, we have our instructions on formatting a USB flash drive, so we can look through those and make sure that we've got everything selected. Things like file system, it says FAT32 is default. We could change it if we need to by that drop-down menu, but I'm just going to leave it as is. The allocation size, 16 kilobytes. Again, we've got a drop-down menu there. I'm just going to leave it as is. And then I'm just going to hit start. So formatting will erase anything that's on that USB flash drive. Okay, again, it's brand new, so I didn't need to worry about that. Again, you want to make sure whatever is on your USB flash drive that it's backed up somewhere else. If you've got files on it, once you format it, it will erase all those files. Again, I'd rather just get a brand new one, label it for updates, and that way you know it's going to be fine. So formatting complete. It was that quick, that simple. Click OK. I can click this. So now this system update, this update bin, I can right click that, go down to copy, go over here to the left hand side to select my flash drive. You'll see nothing is on it. So with my flash drive selected, again, I can right click and now I can paste. So then there you see that update is going on to my USB flash drive. Now, before I remove it from my computer, something that's very important that again is another error sometimes people do in their excitement, they just pull out that USB stick. We want to make sure, and here I've got this little pop-up window that comes up, and we want to make sure that we safely remove, sometimes if you right-click it, it'll come up as well, that we want to safely remove that USB flash drive. So if you have such an icon, make sure that you select it, and then that way you know that you can safely remove your USB flash drive. So once we have removed that safely, then we're going to take it to the sewing machine. Now I'm getting ready to update my fabulous CM17, but if ever you're curious what version you have, turn your machine off, and when you turn it on again, you're going to see here on the LCD screen it says version. In this case mine is 1.00, the original version. I didn't update my machine to the previous update, 1.01. Again, that wasn't a critical update. It's always suggested that we do so. But again, if we didn't do it, not a problem. We can update the machine now, and it's going to take care of that previous update. So before we do anything more, we're going to turn the machine off as indicated in our fabulous instructions, again, that we got from the update that we print out. We're going to take our USB flash drive and insert in one of the two USB ports that are in the side of the CM17. Now, when we read the instructions here, before we turn the machine on, we're going to insert the USB flash drive, and then, very importantly, we're going to press and hold the lock stitch button and the needle up-down button. We're going to hold those simultaneously first, then we're going to switch the machine on. So here we go, press those, hold them in, and then turn the machine on. There we go. Now it says to hold them down for at least 3 seconds until the LCD screens turn green. So now we can release our fingers and we see update 1/4, 1 of 4. So we just let it do its thing. Do not turn the machine off. Certainly, hopefully you don't lose power. You just let the machine do its thing. Do not remove the USB stick. Just patiently wait and let it do its thing. When this finishes, it should then say finish on the LCD screen, and then you know it's complete. Here is your little diagrams that, again, this is where I am right now, and then here is what it's going to look like. That blue bar is going to come across. You see, it's actually pretty quick. That blue bar is coming across, and then it's going to say finish. Then, after it says finish, we can turn the machine off, remove the flash drive, then turn it on again, and then we'll see on the LCD screen when we turn our machine on again, it's going to say version 1.10. So then we know we've done it correct. Now there is a little bit of troubleshooting again on the next page if it didn't work. But again, usually it doesn't work if people forgot to extract the files first, and then formatting the USB flash drive is the other kind of mistake. The other step people will sometimes forget. So you first must format the USB flash drive, extract the files, and then copy just the update file. We don't need to copy all those PDF forms. We just need to copy the actual update itself onto that USB stick, and then make sure, yes, in our computer that we safely remove or eject. You can sometimes just right-click on your storage device and just hit eject, and then take that flash drive out of your computer safely so there's no corrupt files, and then you just plug it into your machine. So now I'm on update 2 of 4. So this shouldn't take too much longer, but what is the update going to do? Well, we'll wait till it's updated and then I'll share with you. So now there, ta-da! We've got the blue bar. It says finish, system update is done. We can again turn off our machine, remove our fabulous flash drive. Now we could take this same flash drive and now put it back in our computer. We could wipe the update off and have this empty and put a little permanent pen on it to say updates or something. So that way, again, we know not to use this USB flash drive for anything other than updating our machine. We turn the machine back on. And then again, in the lower part of our LCD screen, we'll see it here, version 1.10. So we know everything was done beautifully. So now what are the changes to our machine? How is this going to differ? So we can go back to our global site. Let's go back to the global site, and you will again read a little more of what this update is going to do. Now, also, there is a fabulous Janome Life blog. You type in your browser Janome Life, and here I talked about the update. There's links to the global site, links to our product page of the CM17 on janome.ca. Now, if you are a Mac user here, there are specific instructions for Macs, but again, they're very similar to the instructions that are on the global site as it is, so you won't have any problem. A number of people have written to us and say, oh yes, they've had no problem at all for a Mac. So yes, how is it going to differ? Well, the one thing was the processing speed. When we go into our settings mode and when we turn on the resume functions that's in our regular sewing mode, we can go to resume mode. We turn it on. Make sure we click OK. Now, depending on what we were doing previously, we've sometimes got a little bit of lag when in the processing. Again, we've got such a lot of designs, a lot of stitches, 850 stitches, 1230 embroidery designs. That's a lot for the machine to process. So that processing speed took a little bit more time, but now that has been reduced. So when I'm doing my regular sewing here, oh, and let me just start here and turn up our speed. When we're doing our regular sewing, and then when we stop and cut our threads, for example, it happens right away. There used to be a little, a circle that would say, oh, the machine is just thinking a little bit. And again, when we're sewing, and then we're going to hit the lock button, for example. Oh, sometimes the machine would do a little bit of spinning and thinking. Now we click our threads. It happens right away. There is no more of that little lag function. So that is wonderful. Again, they increased the processing speed. So that is great in between our button pushes. Now, when we go into embroidery, and embroidery mode, there we go. And then I'm going to just insert quickly a USB flash drive. This is one that has my designs on them. And when people were sometimes wondering, oh, well, where are my designs? I can't see my designs. Let's open our folders here. And now we can see more designs on our screen. Oh, I've got it in USB 2 and there. So now we can see, again, more embroidery designs. I can still see my various folders, and now I have designs visible as well, whereas previously we would just see those folders. And then we would sometimes go into those folders and then wonder, well, where are my designs? I can't see my designs. Well, now we see more on the screen. I actually see in hoop size, I have designs there for RE20D in that Janome folder, and I also have a design for the SQ10D hoop that's in that same folder. So now again, when we can see more designs on our screen. Now, always as a little tip, this up arrow is our friend. We can go back and see, because maybe we don't have designs that are actually in this folder. We can keep going up until we find the designs in, again, my downloads folder. Oh, I've got so many, I know. But then, yes, again, now we can see more designs on our LCD screen of the different hoop sizes. So that is a big improvement as well. So we can find our designs when we're bringing them in, importing them into the machine from a USB flash drive. We can see more designs on our screen. They're going to be faster and easier for us to find. So less time sorting, more time sewing. That's what Janome is all about. So that, in a nutshell, is your update to your fabulous Janome CM17 to help you get more from your machine. Happy sewing!
Janome.